Morning, guys. Thanks. My name is Ashley Duff, and I decided to shoot this quick video because this is the first morning I woke up with no job to go to. I was fired yesterday from my job. I worked there for, reminders. I was fired from my job yesterday in the middle of my shift. It was about noon. I had worked from fucking 6 a.m. till about noon. And my boss had came in and had worked all morning and didn't say a word to me, which is not unusual. He never really talks to me, which is fine. Because, now, correct me if I'm wrong, because I got fired yesterday, so clearly something I'm doing isn't right. If you are someone who is a boss and you have employees that work under you, I don't know what that's like because I've never had anybody work under me. I kind of, have equals, and then I have people who I just work with, like, whatever. Sorry, I don't really know what to say. I'm kind of still shocked and baffled at the fact that I was fired yesterday. But what I wanted to do with this video is to kind of show people, I guess, my next chapter. I don't want to go back to waiting tables. I may have to do that, but I really don't want to. I started an online business 6 months ago, which is ironically when my boss said my work performance started to decrease. But, for me, I feel like everybody has a right to their private life. And I don't have to share that with anyone. Because it's my life. It's my own privacy. I don't have to share with people who I don't trust details of my personal life. And I feel like that's what led up to me getting fired. Because I don't share with anyone that I work with, except unless I trust you, which is only one person that I worked with. I'm not going to share my personal life with you because it's my life. It's my personal business. I don't have to. It's a chapter in my life that I don't have to read to people if I don't fucking want to. But I don't have anything to lose now. I've already lost my job. So I got fired yesterday. My boss took me outside with a witness who was, I thought, a friend of mine. And I'm not sure what the witness is there for, but, that's what he said. I need a witness out here to witness me firing you. Okay. And he said he had 2 customer complaints. I've been on a downward spiral for the last 6 months, and he just can't take it anymore. And he's not going to. He's not going to fucking take it anymore. Okay, that's fine. I don't have to work here. I don't. That's fine. I'm not one to defend myself when it comes to my actions. Because I honestly didn't feel like I was doing anything wrong. I was coming in every single day. I was doing my job. And my job title includes waiting on customers, wiping down tables, and refilling their drinks. It has no description in there whatsoever about you need to get close with every girl that you work with, and you need to, be close with everyone. I'm not a close person. I don't trust people. I don't trust people. So if I don't trust someone, I'm not going to tell them, or anyone for that matter, my life story because I don't have to. Now, I get how that can make me seem closed off, and, it's probably because I am kind of a closed off person. I don't care to share with people the details of my life. It's nothing that you're really missing out on. So why you would want to know what's going on with me? But, like I said, now I got fired. And I have nothing to lose. Because I don't have anything that you can take from me now. So, I would like to tell my story of the last 6 months that my boss was so detailed with as to why I'm getting fired. Okay, so it's February. Back in June, me and my husband bought our first home. It's a little dirty right now. It's a lot dirty right now. But, you know, it's a new house. What are you going to do? Kitchen over there, bathroom, entertainment area, my yoga mat, yada yada. So, buying a new house is stressful, frustrating. You don't really, like, have... I didn't really have a plan when I started buying, you know, when I bought my house. I just kind of came in here and, okay, we're going to paint, we'll decorate, and then what, you know? Well, a month after I moved in, I started my new online business. I came across an ad that was explaining to me how I can make thousands and thousands of dollars online, part-time from home. And I was like, you know, this is great. I can help out myself. I can help out my family. I can help out, you know, I can make extra income, and I can help the people that I care about. And that was my only goal, was to just make a little extra cash for myself, and, you know, make a little extra cash for, you know, my family, whoever needs it. You know, that was my goal, because I just wanted to be able to take care of myself and my family. Well, 2 months after I moved in, my older sister had a 2-month-old baby, and she was living with my mom at the time, her and her daughter living at my mom's house, while my mom is financially fitting the bill for the two of them. My sister didn't have a job after she gave birth, and she didn't have a place to live, and she didn't have anywhere to go, and my mom brought her in without question, because that's her daughter. She brought her in, and she was taking care of her grown daughter. She's 29 years old, taking care of her and taking care of her newborn. And 2 months after she moved in, my sister got stressed out, and she left. And she left her daughter there. And she left that responsibility on my mom, who has already raised 4 children. And, I mean, this is not what she was supposed to be doing with her life after she raised her kids. And it's stressful. And it's heartbreaking. I don't, you know, how do you deal with that? How do you deal with I didn't know how to cope with me being 28. I have worked for years to save money, to buy my own home, to do things the right way, so I could, you know, once I bought my home, I could start a family of my own, because that's something that, you know, that's something that's a part of life. You know, you get older and you want to start a family. And I felt like I had been kicked in the face by my sister. Just walking away and having no compassion, no regards for how this is going to affect everyone else. You know, she just left. And Tabby is, my sister is one of those people who is a couch surfer. She likes to bump from couch to couch, and when you get tired of her, well, that's fine. She'll just go find another friend to crash with. And, you know, this is why I don't read my chapters out loud. It's nothing that is to brag about. It's heartbreaking. It's hard to deal with. So why would I want to go to work and share this with my people? Like, why would I want to go to work and burden you people with this area of my life? You know? So I didn't tell anybody what happened, except one person I worked with. And it's because I don't trust people. You know? Now, after a while, everybody knew what was going on, you know? They knew that my niece was living with my mom. They knew that, you know, I was going through this type of struggle. But, you know, it wasn't something that I came to work every day complaining about. I came to work and I was just so happy that, you know, my niece was in my life, that I didn't care. I was trying to, you know, put behind what was going on with me so I could focus on my work. And so I could focus on my business online, so that, you know, now I am in more need of, you know, this extra income. I'm definitely in more need of this, because now my mom has, you know, my niece to take care of, and it's something that she did not plan on. And she works at Walmart. You know, she's not, you know, one of these people who's been working for 40 years and is on our way to retirement. She still works actively at Walmart, and it's just nothing that we as a family planned on. So while Tabby, my sister, is gone, my mom's taking care of my niece, and it's kind of like we all help out and pitch in and help out, but there's only so much we can do. My niece doesn't live here. She lives at my mom's house, so there's only so much I can do. And just over the last 6 months, trying to understand how anyone could just walk away, it'll fuck with you. I don't get it. I waited on purpose so that my children wouldn't have to recover from anything. I waited on purpose. And my fucking older sister goes out and just casually has a baby. Doesn't think how it's going to affect anyone. Doesn't care that she didn't have a job when she got pregnant. Doesn't care how it's going to work. But now all of a sudden this responsibility is now on everyone else except for her, and she gets to leave. And I'm sorry, but that is not okay with me. And it fucked with me, and it still does. And trying to deal with that and trying to be a waitress at the same time is extremely difficult, because when you wait tables, you have to go and you have to smile in people's faces, and you have to be in that moment. You don't have a chance to feel anything other than, hey, how y'all doing? Okay, I can get you. And that's fine. I get that. I get the whole spiel of being a waitress. People don't need to deal with your issues. And that's kind of how I started to look at it, because I needed to focus on the job that I was doing, because that's how I was going to be able to help, pay my new mortgage, because I just bought a home. And that's how I was going to try and help, pay for my niece anything that she could possibly need. I can't give her $100 a week. I didn't know what I would be able to do, but if I made any profit from my online business, it went straight to her. So anything that I've made has gone straight to her, and I wouldn't have it any other way, because I don't need to be making thousands and thousands of dollars every single day. Now I plan on that now that I have nothing but time on my hands. Over the last 6 months, I made excuses as to why I wouldn't put 112% into my business, and now I have no reason. So I decided this morning to make this video, because I really don't know what to do with my life. I've waited tables since pretty much all my 20s. I waited tables for 6 or 7 years. And it's an amazing way to make money. And where I worked, I had 7 tables and I could clear $120 a day. And for most people, I worked at CVS at $8 an hour. I was making $50 a day before taxes. I had a good job. And I blew it. I let everything around me affect me until I ended up losing my job. And for that, I really don't know how to feel, because I didn't like my job. I didn't like my boss. I didn't like half my coworkers. I didn't like the environment. It's just, after you work somewhere for so long and everybody knows you, but they know you, but they don't know you. These people that I worked with, they don't know me. They don't know what's going on with me. And it's because I keep myself distant. You don't need to know me. And that's what I will never understand, is why people who I work with, who I didn't get along with, why you continue to want to be in my business, why you continue to want to go to my boss and tell him everything that I did that you didn't like. I get that we as humans, we're going to work with people, and we may not always get along. But for me, and I'll just put this out there because I don't appreciate the fact that these people who I worked with, who were sweet to me to my face, ended up being a big role in me getting fired. Now, I will not be a victim. I got myself fired because I chose not to get close to people who I didn't trust. I chose my own personal affairs, I guess, over what was going on at work. I'm not going to share my life with people I don't trust. I'm not going to tell them what's going on with me if I feel like somehow or another this is going to get back to someone else, get turned around, and I'm going to get in trouble. Because that's happened to me more times than I can count, and I'm not a kind of person who is going to... I'm not going to do something to someone that's going to get them in trouble, even when they're doing it to me. Because I've had more conversations with my boss outside of work than I could care to remember. And most of them are always me defending myself. And he's like, well, I don't understand why you just don't want to be friends with people. It's not that I don't want to be friends with people. I love my friends. But I'm very selective of my friends because I have to bring people into my world and trust them with details of my life. I'm not going to do that with people who are going to go and turn around and tell everybody what's going on in my life. It's just me. And I'm sorry that me being myself is what ended up me getting fired. But, for the last 5 years, I've been working at this place, and I truly feel like they've been trying to mold me into something I'm just not. I'm sorry it had to end this way. I really am. But my ex-boss is the kind of person who wants to be involved in your life. He wants to know what's going on with you. He wants to know everything that's going on with you. And that's not a professional business. It's not a professional atmosphere. I'm not going to be your fucking friend. I don't have to be your friend. I can simply come in here and do my job. And he told the girls after I left, I hope y'all don't think that this is any kind of personal vendetta against her. Well, if it's not, then why are you defending yourself? If I were a boss and I fired someone, I'd be like, I fired them because they weren't listening. I fired them because they were disrespectful. I fired them because they didn't do their job right. But I wouldn't be like, it's not personal. It kind of is if you have to point it out that it's not. I'm sorry, but that's just stupid. So now it is 10:30 a.m., February 8th, 2017. I am no longer a waitress. I have no idea what the future holds for me. But I've been in this group with my online business. It's like a community of people who are the most upbeat people and most positive people I've ever came into contact with. They are all here, and they all give a shit about one common goal, and that is making you a better person so that you can make money online. One common goal. And where I worked, it wasn't about making you a better person. It was all about making more money. And I can make $80 and have the best day ever and be okay. And I can make $150, have the worst day ever and be like, it's not worth it. Money will always be there in some way, shape, or form for me, whether I'm making it online or whether I'm making it in cash every day. But I can't work for someone or with someone who I don't trust. And that's what it all came down to. My boss knew a few things that was going on in my life and showed no compassion for it. So I didn't care to get close to someone who showed no compassion for what was going on with me. I came back to work. I left my work originally 2 years ago, and I was gone for about 3 months, fell flat on my face in my second little business venture. I was working for someone, and it all crumbled to shit. Then I ended up back at the same place waiting tables, and I was elated. Was so grateful. I really was. But I had also just went through something extremely tragic. So my head was not where it needed to be. And my boss knew what I had just went through. I mean, I came back to work 3 weeks after my mother-in-law committed suicide. 3 weeks. And I don't know anybody, except for who I'm close with, who has ever experienced something like that. But it's very hard. I don't think I will ever understand what happened that day. But going back to an environment where you have to smile and be quick on your feet and be attentive, and I mean, waiting tables is a very focused job. You have to focus on what you're doing, otherwise you'll get lost really quick. And when your head is somewhere else and you're going 90 miles an hour, you can crash and burn. And I did. My first day back, I crashed. I ended up screaming at like 2 girls, "Oh my gosh, can I get some help out here?" Like, I was not okay. And I got pulled outside by my boss, and I just started crying, and I was like, "I'm so sorry, please don't fire me, like, I'm just going through blah, blah, blah." And instead of compassion, he was like, "Okay, well, if you don't want to get fired, you need to get this together." I'm like, maybe you didn't hear me. I'm going through some fucked up shit. I don't know how to deal with it. You know, maybe it wasn't a good idea for me to come back. I don't know, but having to shut off my emotions at work and then come home and deal with them after work, I don't suggest that to anyone. I really don't. I don't suggest anyone to come to work when you're not ready. When something like a death in the family happens, if you're not ready to go back, you don't need to. I know I wasn't ready. And I've been trying to deal with the last year and a half. I've been trying to deal with the death of my mother-in-law, the depression I feel from that, the depression my husband feels from that. I tried, you know, I haven't really talked to anybody ever about what I went through, because I had to go straight back to work, and I had to shut it off, and I kind of just put everything I was feeling away up until about a year ago, year and a half ago, whenever I found this online business and this online community of entrepreneurs who were just like, positive is the vibe you will get from these people. You know, that's what they want out of life, is to bring positivity into their lives and to bring it into other people's lives. That's all they care about. That's their goal in this community, is to help you live your best life that you can with the best version of yourself that you can. So, you know, I started working on myself, and I started to not care anymore about anything else, really, you know. I hadn't worked on myself. I hadn't tried to figure out what's going on with me and what's going to make me okay in life. I just kind of put myself in the back burner to make work easier and to, you know, but try to help my husband in the things that he was going through. And I'm kind of just dealing with that now. Kind of dealing with the last almost 2 years trying to figure out life. I've been through so much shit in the last 2 years. It's like it all came to a head yesterday when I got fired. And all I could say was, okay, Ashley, your work performance has gone down the last 6 months. Okay. I got 2 customer complaints in the last 2 weeks. Okay. And I just can't take anymore. I said, okay. I'm not going to fight with you on your truth, because his truth is my work performance has gone down. Customers are complaining. I don't know what's going on with her. I'm not going to ask. I'm not going to find out. I'm not going to help her in her own personal issues if there is an issue, which clearly there is because our work performance in only 6 fucking months out of 5 years has gone down. So I'm not going to figure out what's wrong with her. I'm just going to let her go. But that's his decision. That's his life. He didn't have to keep me on. He didn't have to ask me what's going on. And I didn't have to close myself off, and I didn't have to shut everybody out. But, you know, everything has happened. I can't change it. My husband asked me, why don't you defend yourself whenever it comes to the things that happen at work? I was like, why? They have their preconceived notions as to who I am and what I am. I'm not going to change because that's all I've been trying to do for the past 5 years that I've worked there is change into what everybody else wants me to be. And I can only go so many months hearing people tell me that I'm a bad listener, or I am a bad communicator, or it's not what you say, it's how you say it, it's not this, it's that, it's this, it's that, it's this, is that. It's like, I get it. You guys don't like me, so get away from me. Like, I don't know if it's just me, and I don't mean to come across rude, ever. But when someone is insulting you, and then you turn around and you tell them to pretty much go fuck yourself, I mean, they get very offended, and that's totally understandable. But you're sitting here telling me that who I am as a person is not okay with everyone else, and I need to change it. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry that y'all don't like me. I'm sorry, I really am. But if you don't like me, then don't fucking come around me. It just seems that simple. And that's my attitude about that place. And that's why, that's what the crappy attitude is what led me up to getting fired. I get that. I'm not stupid. I understand that. But here's just a little food for thought, because it's been about 27 minutes and I'm just rambling on. But, you know, I don't have a job to go to, so there you go. If someone doesn't like you, and you want them to, for whatever reason, you want them to like you, don't insult them by telling them all the time what they're doing wrong. Because if that person is like me, they don't want to hear that shit every fucking day. I don't care that you don't like me. And I think that's probably what people tend to not understand about me. I don't need outside approval for who I am. I just don't. I have my life outside of work, and people who I have outside of work don't tell me every single day, you need to change this, you need to change that, you need to do this, you need to do that. They just let me be who I am. And everybody at work just wanted me to be someone else. And I got to a point where I was like, I'm done. I don't care anymore. If you don't like me and you think I'm rude, don't come around me. It's very simple. If you think I'm a rude person, why would you want to come around me? I don't understand that. So, I don't know. I had a lot of shit going on yesterday. Lost my job, middle of my shift. It all caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting to get fired. But, you know, there's nothing I can do about that now. Only thing I can do now is do what I've been saying I'm going to do, and that is pour my whole existence into my online business. Because I don't want to go back to work as a waitress. I might have to, but I don't fucking want to. Anyway, I'm going to get up. I'm going to start my routine. And I'm going to start the next chapter of my life. And I'm going to make it great. Aloha.